Hello and welcome back to my channel. CC Stardust reads children's stories. I'll be reading 5 fantastic books today. It's called My Little Box of Bedtime Stories. If you like them, please like, subscribe, and of course you can always share. So let's begin with our story today. I'll be reading a book called Sleep Tight, Ginger Kitten by Adèle Geras and Cathrine Walters. A ginger kitten with one white paw and a small white spot on his ginger face is looking for a sleeping place. The ginger kitten likes to leap and jump and run and sit and creep, but best of all, he likes to sleep. The ginger kitten finds a chair. It's made of wood and much too hard for his furry feet. He can't sleep there. The ginger kitten lies on the floor in the bathroom behind the door. He licks a paw and washes his nose, and when he's clean, he snuggles into the kitten-shaped space. Then someone opens the bathroom door and pushes it into his sleepy face. The spot isn't cozy anymore, so out he dashes across the floor. The ginger kitten sees a box. Inside the box, it's smelly and dark and much too small. So the kitten creeps out. He looks about. And then he finds the mat in the hall. He stretches out his 2 front paws and abracadabra, there are his claws. Scritch, scratch, he scratches the mat. The ginger kitten loves doing that. He goes upstairs and jumps on a bed. But somebody comes and disturbs his play. No soft beds for this kitten today. The ginger kitten sees that the door of the cupboard is open, so in he goes. He bumps his head on the hanging clothes. The floor is covered with pairs of shoes. This isn't a place where the kitten can snooze. The ginger kitten runs downstairs and pushes the door of the lounge with his nose. He tiptoes in on velvety paws. There's a child on the sofa, a child he knows. The ginger kitten jumps up and purrs and curls up there on the child's warm lap. He's found the perfect place for a nap. And that's the end of this story. I've got a second book for you. The second book I'll be reading is called Don't Be Afraid, Little Ones by Christina Butler and Caroline Pedler. Deep in the soft green shadows of the jungle, Mother Tiger watched over her tiny cubs. The cubs grew strong as the days passed by. Little Kai learned how to pounce, and Amber learned to make surprise attacks. At the end of each day, the cubs snuggled into the silky safety of their mother's side and fell asleep to the rumble of her purr. Then one night, Mother Tiger went hunting. "Wait for me here, my little ones," she said. When she had gone, the night seemed bigger and darker, full of strange noises. The cubs waited and waited. "She'll be back soon," said Amber, but still Mother Tiger did not return. "I do wish she'd come," whimpered Kai. Amber stared anxiously into the darkness. "Let's go and find her," she said. Through the silver patterns of moonlight, the cubs padded down the jungle pathway. Dark shapes and silent shadows followed them through the trees. Then, from behind them, came a noise. Rustle, crackle, swish. Amber gasped. What's that? I don't know, whispered Kai. Is it a crocodile? They stared into the night, their eyes opened wide as the sound came closer. Rustle, crackle, swish. Run, growled Amber. Run as fast as you can. Crashing and bounding, faster and faster, the cubs raced through the grass. Stop! Cried Kai suddenly. In front of them, the river swirled dark and deep. The cubs could go no further, and the noise was getting nearer. With their ears flat and their heads low, the cubs turned and stood together. We're not afraid of you! They roared in their loudest, fiercest voices. Even if you are a crocodile. The grasses rippled and snapped, then out stepped Mother Tiger. We thought you left us, Amber and Kai cried, leaping up to her. Mother Tiger nuzzled her cubs. You knew I'd come back, she purred. Follow me, little ones. Deep in the soft shadows of the jungle, Mother Tiger and her cubs snuggled together. I'm not afraid of crocodiles anyway, Kai told his mother bravely. Are you, Amber? But Amber was fast asleep. The end. My next book is called Can't You Sleep, Dotty? By Tim Warnes. Dotty couldn't sleep. It was her first night in her new home. Tick, tick. She tried sleeping upside down. She even tried laying on the floor. Oh! But still, Dotty couldn't sleep. Dotty's howling woke up Pip, the mouse. Can't you sleep, Dotty? He asked. Perhaps you should try counting the stars. But Dotty could only count up to 1. That wasn't enough to send her to sleep. What could she do next? Oh! Susie, the bird, was awake now. Can't you sleep, Dotty? She twittered. I always have a little drink before I go to bed. Chirp, chirp. Dotty went to her bowl and had a little drink. Slurp, slurp. But then she made a little puddle. Well, that didn't help. What could Dotty do to get to sleep? Oh! Whiskers the rabbit had woken up too. Can't you sleep, Dotty? He mumbled sleepily. I hide away in my burrow at bedtime. That always works. Wag, wag. Dotty dived under her blanket so that only her bottom was showing. But it was all dark under there with no light at all. Boing! Dotty was too scared to go to sleep. Ow! Flomp! Tommy the tortoise poked his head from out of his shell. Can't you sleep, Dotty? He sighed. I like to sleep where it's bright and sunny. Plod, plod. Dotty liked that idea and turned on her torch. Yikes! Turn it off, Dotty, shouted all her friends. "We can't get to sleep now." Poor Dotty was too tired to try anything else. Then Tommy had a great idea. He helped Dotty into her bed. What Dotty needed for the first night in her new home was to snuggle up among all her new friends. Soon they were all fast asleep. Night, night, Dotty. The end. Are you asleep yet? Well then, you have time to hear another story then. Here we go. The next book I'll be reading is called Night Night Poppy by Freedman and Jane Massey. It was bedtime, but Poppy couldn't find her favourite bear, Growly Ted. She'd looked everywhere. Mummy had to tuck her in with Quacky Duck instead. "Night night, Poppy. Night night, Quacky Duck," said Mummy. "Night night, Mummy and Quacky Duck," said Poppy. "Quack, quack," quacked Quacky Duck. Poppy would have fallen fast asleep right then. But oh no, the bed didn't feel quite right, so Poppy went to find Fairy Cat. "Night night, Quacky Duck and Fairy Cat," said Poppy. "Meow," purred Fairy Cat. "Quack, quack," quacked Quacky Duck. Poppy would have fallen fast asleep that very minute. But oh no, the bed still didn't feel quite right. It felt too empty. Out Poppy climbed to look for Hooty Owl. "Night night," Poppy told Hooty Owl, Fairy Cat and Quacky Duck. "Twit twoo," hooted Hooty Owl. "Meow," purred Fairy Cat. "Quack quack," quacked Quacky Duck. "Quack." Poppy would have fallen asleep in a flash. But oh no, now the bed felt too drafty. Where had Dimple Dog got to? Poppy found him downstairs behind the curtains. "Night night, Dimple Dog and Hooty Owl," said Poppy. "Night night, Fairy Cat and Quacky Duck." "Woof woof," barked Dimple Dog. "Twit woo," hooted Hooty Owl. "Meow," purred Fairy Cat. Quacky Duck didn't say a word. He was already fast asleep. Poppy would have fallen fast asleep too. But oh no, now the bed covers felt too loose. Poppy crept out to find Woolly Lamb. "Night night, everyone," said Poppy. "Ba ba," bleated Woolly Lamb. "Woof woof," barked Dimple Dog. "Twit woo," hooted Hooty Owl. "Meow," purred Fairy Cat. "Quack quack," quacked Quacky Duck, who'd woken up again with all the noise. Now Poppy would have fallen fast asleep in an instant. But oh no, she just couldn't get comfy. The pillow felt all lumpy. "What's under here?" said Poppy. "Oh, so that's where you've been hiding, silly Growly Ted." Then Poppy put Quacky Duck back in the toy box. She popped Fairy Cat back up on his shelf. She put Hooty Owl back under the bed. And she carried Dimple Dog and Woolly Lamb back downstairs. Then Poppy and Growly Ted settled down together under the covers. "Night night, Growly Ted," yawned Poppy. "Grrr," growled Growly Ted, and Poppy fell fast asleep. Oh yes, because the bed felt just right. And Growly Ted would have fallen fast asleep that same second too. But oh no. Suddenly, the bed was far too full. Grrr. The end. I guess the teddies wanted a comfy bed too. Want to hear another story? Here we go. The last out of the 5 books I'll be reading, the last but not the least, is called Time to Sleep, Alfie Bear by Cathrine Walters. It's nearly bedtime, Alfie, called Mother Bear, gathering up his baby brother and sister. It can't be bedtime, Alfie complained. It's still light. It's always light at bedtime in the summer, said Mother Bear. Come along, it's bath time. Alfie sat by the edge of the lake. The fish leaped to catch the evening flies. Huh? The fish aren't going to bed, thought Alfie. Why should I? It gave him an idea. Look, I'm a fish, shouted Alfie. I don't have to go to bed. He began to jump and dive and splash. The babies laughed and splashed too. Don't do that, sighed Mother Bear. The babies are getting too excited to sleep. When they had all calmed down, Mother Bear took them back home. It's a warm night, she said. Go and get some nice cool grass for bedding, Alfie. That will help you sleep. Alfie went outside and pulled up a few pailfuls of grass. Some owls were swooping through the meadow. The owls aren't going to bed, thought Alfie. Why should I? Alfie rushed back into the cave and began to flap his arms. Look, I'm an owl, he hooted. I don't need to go to bed. Oh, Alfie, stop that, groaned Mother Bear. Look, the babies are throwing all their lovely bedding around too. None of you will have anywhere to sleep. At last, Alfie and the babies were safely in bed. I think you need a nice gentle song, said Mother Bear. Now close your eyes. Alfie wasn't listening. Outside, he could hear wolves howling. The wolves aren't going to sleep, he thought. Why should I? Look, I'm a wolf. Ow, said Alfie. Ow, 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 shrieked the babies. That's enough, Alfie, Mother Bear growled. I don't want any little wolves in the cave. You can wait outside until the babies are asleep. Hooray! Cried Alfie, running outside. He charged across the meadow, howling, "Ow!" Then, from somewhere close by, someone answered him, "Ow!" Alfie jumped. There in front of him was a wolf cub with his family close by. Are you a wolf? The cub asked. You sound like one, but you don't look like one. Are you sure you're a wolf? Called a big gruff voice. Because you look like a little bear to me. It was Father Bear. I'm a bear! I'm a bear! Shouted Alfie as Father Bear picked him up. Good night, little bear, the wolf cub called. So, you're a bear, Father Bear said. But are you a sleepy bear all ready for bed? No, said Alfie, I'm not. But before he could finish speaking, he had fallen fast asleep. The end. I do hope you're asleep now. Sweet dreams. Bye-bye for now.